And in the course of the spirit, Seletherd went back to the battlefield and saw his flesh thereupon, and also the flesh of Amigo, the man in whom he had thrust his dagger. And Seletherd returned again to the reception area of the spirit world, in which the spirits of all the children of God are received upon their death, to be greeted by their loved ones who had preceded them in death from mortality. And Seletherd searched out this man, Amigo, whom he had killed on the battlefield. And Seletherd found Amigo among the other spirits who had met him upon his entrance into the spirit world. And Seletherd approached Amigo and was wont to speak with him. And because the spirit was not burdened by the flesh and its limited means of communication, both of these spirits, that of Seletherd and Amigo, recognized each other from their thoughts, and began to hate one another for what they had done to each other during battle. And there was a great silence among those spirits who were there surrounding Seletherd and Amigo. And these two spirits stood in front of each other for a time, perceiving the thoughts and the memories of one another. Yea, they truly were becoming aware of the experiences and the past life of each other, through the communication and power of the spirit. And Amigo spoke unto Seletherd, saying, I know you now. You were my friend in this same spirit world before we entered into mortality. And you entered into mortality first, that you might begin the days of your probation as a man amongst the Hittite people of the earth in a family that you had chosen for the days of your probation. And I, Amigo, watched you, Seletherd, grow as a child, and I wondered upon you before I left this place and entered into mortality into a Babylonian family. And why, Seletherd, was it that our final thoughts of each other in this spirit world were thoughts of love and respect, even thoughts of genuine concern for our plights during the days of our probation? Yea, and our final thoughts of each other in the flesh were thoughts of hate and prejudice, even that we did curse each other with our final breaths. Do we not even now remember our lives as spirit children of our Father? And can we not remember the experiences of our mortal probation, even all the days of our lives among the peoples and the nations to which we were born? And how can we have this hate for each other, which was garnered and perpetuated by the nations and the families to which we belonged in mortality? Yea, how can we continue to have this hate now that we are spirits again and understand all these things? Are we not both children of the same God, even of the same eternal family to which all of these spirits belong? And Seletherd and Amigo pondered briefly upon the situation in which they found themselves. And they realized what had happened to them during the days of their probation. And they embraced each other by the power of the Spirit, and were in a state of torment for a time for the way that they had felt about each other in the flesh. And Seletherd and Amigo wondered on the cause of such wickedness to which they had let themselves be submitted in the flesh. And as they wondered upon these things, the spirit who had been the father of Seletherd in mortality, did appear before them.